The profound wisdom of the ancients offers an invaluable, guiding principle. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. This maxim begs an exhilarating question. What if you possess the psychological and philosophical tools necessary to rise completely above the conflicts, the ceaseless drama, and the petty squabbles that currently infest your life, achieving mastery without ever having to lift a single antagonistic finger? What if you could definitively outsmart your perceived adversaries and neutralize their negative influence, all without ever engaging in a single, pointless, energy-draining battle? Welcome, friend, to the profound and intensely practical world of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy of magnificent resilience that systematically teaches us to master our internal landscape, our emotions and our reactions, while keeping our invaluable focus anchored resolutely on what genuinely and eternally matters. But how, precisely, is one meant to neutralize or even defeat an enemy without resorting to any form of fighting? How can one harness the deep, strategic wisdom of the Stoics to systematically dismantle the external power that others might hold over your inner state, thereby decisively protecting your vital peace of mind? Today we are embarking on a deep, expansive dive into 7 cardinal Stoic methodologies designed to utterly disarm and destroy the power of your adversaries, all without the need to ever physically or verbally throw a punch. By the end of this comprehensive exploration, you will possess the indispensable knowledge to seize complete control of your life, intelligently avoid all unnecessary conflicts, and successfully rise above the demoralizing noise that seeks to distract you from your true path. The first strategy is the mastery of your emotions, the citadel of calm. Have you ever experienced the familiar, agonizing cycle of having someone lash out at you in anger, only for you to meet that intensity with equal or greater fury, leading inevitably to deep regret in the quiet moments that follow? We all have encountered this primal, reflexive loop. However, imagine the sheer power derived from an alternative: the capacity to pause, to deliberately breathe, and to consciously choose to respond thoughtfully, rather than simply reacting impulsively. This is the first, supreme gift of Stoicism. Philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus tirelessly championed the foundational importance of mastering our emotional responses. When you successfully maintain a state of calm and unwavering composure in the face of provocation or adversity, you achieve a potent dual victory. You not only deny your adversaries the satisfying spectacle of seeing you genuinely upset or rattled, but you simultaneously seize intellectual and emotional control over the entire situation, effectively short-circuiting their intended provocation. Typically, when a person launches a harsh critique or aggressive attack, the initial, most powerful instinct is to furiously lash out in return. The Stoic path, however, requires a deliberate, mindful moment of collection, allowing you to gather your thoughts and formulate a reply rooted in reason and respect. Your composed, measured demeanor acts as a powerful disarming agent, completely diffusing the other person's aggression and demonstrating an unassailable inner strength. It is imperative to remember that every time you react purely emotionally, you forfeit your power of choice over your response. Conversely, when you rigorously maintain control over your emotions, you unequivocally become the sovereign authority over the situation's outcome. This internal victory is the necessary prerequisite for all external success. The second strategy involves focusing solely on what you can control, reclaiming internal sovereignty. The foundational philosophy of the Stoics rests heavily on the clear-eyed recognition that in the vast panorama of human existence, there is an immense quantity of things that lie fundamentally outside the boundaries of our control. The Stoic thinkers were unwavering in their core belief that our true, inalienable power resides exclusively over our own actions, our judgments, and our reactions, while we hold absolutely no dominion over the actions, the capricious whims, or the definitive pronouncements of others. This profound principle of focusing exclusively on what resides within your control is not merely helpful. It is a complete, fundamental game changer for the human psyche. Imagine the profound, exhilarating sense of freedom that would instantly descend when you finally truly stop worrying about the highly unpredictable behavior of a difficult colleague, or the unjust, unfair treatment meted out by a boss or a social rival. Instead of allowing the actions of external people to dictate your inner mood or perpetually consume your valuable cognitive bandwidth, you execute a strategic, definitive shift of focus inward. You instantly become the absolute master of your own responses, whether that response takes the deliberate form of setting clear, unyielding boundaries, choosing to walk away from the confrontation, or firmly and rationally speaking up. When you make the conscious decision to prioritize and diligently manage your own internal reactions, you immediately and decisively take back the personal power you previously ceded to others. The deep, lasting peace of mind that results from the realization that you are no longer needlessly wasting valuable mental energy on things you cannot possibly change is, quite simply, priceless. By adopting this principle, you are free to effectively channel that vital energy into what genuinely propels your life forward. Your ambitious goals, your intrinsic happiness, and your dedicated personal growth. When faced with any difficult situation or a person aggressively trying to destabilize you, recall the profound wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Keep your focus exclusively on what you can control, your thoughts, your emotions, and your deliberate actions. This is the only path to decisively reclaim the upper hand in your own life's narrative. The ultimate objective here is not the fleeting triumph of winning a mere external battle, but the enduring and absolute mastery of the internal one. The third principle is to show compassion and empathy, the art of disarming kinness. This strategy, at first blush, can indeed sound profoundly counterintuitive. Yet, demonstrating genuine kindness and fundamental understanding toward those who actively oppose you can, paradoxically, be one of your most effective strategies. By responding to antagonism with a surprising measure of compassion and empathy, you instantly disarm your adversary, completely taking the wind out of their sails and leaving them with virtually no psychological ground upon which to continue their negativity or aggressive posturing. Consider the expected psychological exchange. When an opponent criticizes or aggressively attacks your actions, their entire internal structure is prepared for and expecting a fight, a heated, defensive reaction. But what transformative shift occurs if you deliberately choose to approach them with a genuine attitude of empathy instead? Imagine the instantaneous and dramatic shift in the dynamic if you consciously choose to listen to their stated concerns with an open, non-judgmental heart, openly acknowledging the validity of their perspective, and even judiciously agreeing with any part of their grievance that holds a kernel of truth. By executing this unexpected maneuver, you effectively plant potent seeds of doubt directly into their own mind, forcing them to critically question their original behavior and harsh intentions. They might very well begin to wonder whether their aggressive approach was truly necessary or appropriate, or if they have severely misjudged your character altogether. This unexpected, powerful kindness frequently leads to a much more meaningful and constructive dialogue, potentially helping both parties to discover a hitherto unforeseen common ground, and, in rare but powerful cases, even begin to build a stronger, more respectful future relationship. Thus, the next time you encounter an actively hostile person or a persistent adversary, intentionally try deploying compassion and empathy. Not only will this strategy allow you to decisively take control of the emotional tenor of the situation, but you may also succeed in positively influencing their own future behavior. It is a sophisticated, deeply effective Stoic approach that perfectly aligns with the central principle of rigorously maintaining tranquility and internal balance throughout your life. The fourth invaluable technique is to set boundaries, the strategic withdrawal for self-preservation. The wisdom of the Stoics offers this profound truth sometimes. The single most effective way to utterly destroy the negative influence of your enemies is the strategic act of simply removing yourself from their immediate sphere of influence. This essential Stoic teaching emphasizes the immense, self-affirming power inherent in setting clear, resolute boundaries. Imagine possessing the absolute courage to definitively step away from toxic, emotionally draining relationships and relentlessly negative influences that chronically deplete your finite energy reserves. Picture yourself consciously and intentionally creating a robust, protective barrier around the sanctity of your inner life, allowing only positivity, genuine respect, and authentic growth to gain entry. By resolutely setting these non-negotiable boundaries, you effectively claim your personal space and gift yourself the essential, necessary room to breathe, ensuring you are no longer tethered or held back by the inappropriate expectations or draining demands of others. This freedom allows you to intensely focus solely on what truly matters to you and to fundamentally transform the quality of your relationships by explicitly prioritizing your own deepest needs and highest aspirations. Crucially, setting boundaries is not an act of shutting people out. Rather, it is a highly selective, powerful act of inviting only the right people in. It is a powerful, self-respecting action that meticulously paves the way for deeper, far more meaningful connections with those rare individuals who genuinely and demonstrably value and respect you. When you confidently assert your needs and diligently protect your peace of mind, you become exponentially better equipped to face all of life's inevitable challenges with enduring resilience and unassailable strength. Fifth, we have the strategic deployment of silence to your advantage, the potency of non-engagement. In the clamorous, noisy reality of our modern world, where everyone seems to be perpetually shouting to desperately be heard, silence can be transformed into your single most powerful strategic weapon. Imagine a precise moment when someone actively attempts to provoke you or aggressively tries to lure you into a pointless, draining argument. You make the deliberate, superior choice not to engage. Instead, you maintain a calm, perfectly collected silence. What, psychologically, transpires next? By firmly refusing to react, you instantly rob them of the precise satisfaction they seek. They were fully expecting a fiery, heated, reflexive response. Instead, they are met with the profound, unmoving quiet of your perfect self-control. This non-retaliation can be profoundly disarming, even genuinely unnerving. For an aggressor to encounter someone who simply will not yield to the compulsion to immediately strike back. Your strategic silence broadcasts an unmistakable, clear message: you are not easily manipulated, nor are you quickly swayed by cheap tactics. It is a potent demonstration of both strength and inner confidence, which naturally compels them to critically question their own aggressive approach. What if you consciously utilize this sophisticated, self-mastering strategy not only with clear adversaries, but in your everyday conversational encounters? By deliberately choosing moments of silence, you allow yourself the essential time required to think thoroughly before you speak, to genuinely reflect on your true feelings, and to carefully weigh the likely consequences of your words. You thus gain complete control over your responses, rather than being involuntarily controlled by the erratic nature of your emotions. In the immortal words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. By mastering and embracing the strategic art of silence, you effectively harness that immense power, reliably transforming potential conflicts into invaluable opportunities for internal growth and quiet reflective peace. The sixth method is to lead by example, the indisputable victory of massive self-success. We are all familiar with the catchy, modern adage, "The best revenge is massive success." The Stoic application of this idea transcends simple retaliation. It is fundamentally about rising decisively above all forms of negativity, and most effectively, leading your life by your own unwavering example. Picture a new scenario. Instead of becoming mentally entangled in trivial, petty conflicts or wasting energy, trying to defensively prove yourself to external critics, what if your entire focus shifted to the exhilarating, purposeful pursuit of becoming the best possible version of yourself? Imagine this specific narrative unfolding. You are confronted with crushing adversity, perhaps with people actively doubting your abilities or maliciously attempting to bring you down. Instead of emotionally engaging in their drama or validating their attempts, you remain unwaveringly true to your core values and highest goals. You wisely and productively pour all your available energy into your focused personal growth, your cherished passions, and your largest dreams. You thus lead by undeniable example, showcasing the world what genuine, self-mastered resilience and profound strength truly look like. Think about the profound impact. When you consistently lead with impeccable integrity and honor, your deliberate actions become a powerful beacon of inspiration for all those around you. You organically become a living embodiment of the core Stoic principles, clearly demonstrating the immense, quiet power of both inner peace and rigorous self-mastery. And here is the subtle, ultimate truth. By concentrating all your available resources on achieving your own self-defined success, you naturally and effortlessly outshine those petty individuals who waste their own lives trying to maliciously drag you down. Your success becomes the unanswerable argument. Finally, we arrive at the ultimate act of self-sovereignty, forgive and move on, the ultimate act of self-liberation. Now, here is a philosophical challenge that may penetrate to your very core. Holding on to anger, resentment, or bitterness willingly gives your enemy enduring power over you. Think about the psychological cost. Every single moment you spend mentally festering in resentment, every precious second you deliberately dedicate to angrily nursing old emotional wounds, is a moment of your personal happiness definitively stolen from your present and future self. But what if you possessed the undeniable power to definitively break free from that destructive cycle? What if you could strategically reclaim your complete personal power by simply and intentionally letting go of the past? The Stoic concept of forgiveness is not about excusing or condoning someone else's hurtful behavior, nor is it about pretending falsely that the pain never occurred. No, Stoic forgiveness is exclusively about the decisive, radical act of setting yourself free. It is the profound choice to intentionally release the chains that bind your life and your joy to that past pain, completely liberating yourself from the heavy burden of bitterness. Ask yourself this deeply personal question: what transformative shift would happen if you truly, sincerely forgave those who have wronged you? What tremendous, self-imposed weight would be instantly lifted from your very shoulders if you could successfully release that pent-up, corroding anger. Marcus Aurelius clearly understood the massive, transformative power of forgiveness. He recognized that the act of desperately holding on to grudges serves only to poison the soul, slowly corroding it from within. Instead, he vehemently urged us all to courageously find ultimate freedom in the present moment, to let go of the fixed past and enthusiastically embrace the limitless, open possibilities of the here and now. I issue you this direct challenge: take a bold, powerful step toward your own ultimate liberation. Forgive those who have trespassed against you. Do this not because they are inherently deserving of it, but because you are absolutely deserving of enduring peace. Break decisively free from the debilitating shackles of resentment and consciously reclaim your personal power. Your vital journey to genuine, lasting happiness begins decisively with this single, paramount act of self-forgiveness. As we conclude this comprehensive exploration of the 7 potent Stoic methods for definitively neutralizing your adversaries without fighting them, always remember this one ultimate truth: sustainable power resides not in external domination over others, but exclusively in absolute internal self-mastery. By intentionally and diligently embodying these timeless Stoic principles, you gain the profound, transformative ability to convert every single challenge, every attempted conflict, into an invaluable and vital opportunity for significant personal growth and profound self-actualization.